There is a lot that makes up Ninjago as a whole, stuff that just all comes together and pieces together Ninjago's identity in general. And that could be anything, whether it's the charming story the show tells, the character design, the list does go on and on. But there is one slightly lesser spoken about aspect of Ninjago that is still right there in all of our faces, but just doesn't get the same spotlight as some of the other points I have just mentioned previously. That is, of course, Ninjago Collectibles, otherwise known more, I suppose, formally as MacGuffins, but for the sake of this video, let's just stick to the term collectibles. These particular collectibles really do play an absolutely huge part in Ninjago's storytelling, and even just Ninjago overall. I mean, think about it. These collectibles are, of course, sold within the sets as a way to try and get people to buy all of the sets, so that they can then collect every single collectible, which in turn presents LEGO with more money. But it doesn't just stop there, as the flip side to these particular collectibles is that they also play a role within the TV series. To serve as some quick and easy examples for all of you, Season 1 had the Fang Blades, 4 blades that had to be collected so that the Great Devourer could be resurrected. Season 7 had the Time Blades, 4 blades that the Time Twins needed to collect in order to control time and control everything. These collectibles all work in their own unique and individual ways. But man, is it just me, or have these collectibles not been as prevalent as they used to be as of late? Both within the sets and also in the show when you think about it. First of all though, let's just start off with the sets themselves. I do definitely feel as though the marketing behind said sets used to absolutely emphasise these collectibles way more than what we tend to see nowadays. With every new set wave, you could almost guarantee that we would see a new wave of collectibles. And back then, it absolutely did feel like a huge deal. Cut to the present day though, and yeah, sure, they are definitely still around, but I don't feel a sense of urgency to go out and collect the collectibles, and it definitely isn't the same urge that I used to get all those years ago. I also wouldn't say it's exclusively me that thinks that way as well. When interacting with other fans just in general, there seems to be less interest in these collectibles nowadays. As I've been making clear throughout this whole video so far though, pretty much, the other side to all of this lies within the show itself, as of course, almost every new collectible does serve as a main driving force behind the story of each Ninjago season, and I've got to say, in terms of the show itself, things are more or less the same. I will clarify that for the Dragons Rising Season 1 wave, the energy cores did serve a big role in the show, and to an extent, sort of in the sets, but that's a very rare case in my eyes. Taking things back to the Wild Brain era, just to serve as a pretty nice example here, Season 11 had the scrolls of Forbidden Spinjitzu, and those were sort of a big aspect of the season, but also kind of not. And from a set perspective, yeah, they were hardly collectible in any way. Season 12 had the Kitanas, and these were absolutely collectible, but did anyone really want to collect any of these to begin with? On top of that, they were brushed over pretty quickly in the show itself. They did serve a role, but it wasn't exactly a main focus at any point, making these ones feel very, very boring. Season 13 had the Shadow and Ivy Blades of Deliverance, same thing almost. There were just 2, hardly collectible, and in the show they did serve a role, so it is kind of half and half. Point is though, collectibles in Ninjago just don't feel the same anymore, which, depending on your point of view, could be seen as a good thing or a very bad thing. I say good thing because having these collectibles every single time can get boring. It did become a thing where every season was fairly predictable just on paper on a surface level. There would be new items the ninja must collect before the villains in order to save the world, and yeah, rinse repeat. So from that particular angle, it is definitely good that they have steered away from that trope, but at the same time, a small portion of Ninjago's identity has been lost as a result, because that was basically Ninjago's entire thing originally. So to end off, what actually caused this change? Was there a lack of interest in these collectibles as time went on? Perhaps kids initially liked this concept, but then as the years went by, it became more of a dying trend. Perhaps that is definitely possible, or maybe it was something else. Perhaps they just felt it was too samey, Similar to how some Ninjago fans felt after a while. Who really knows? I doubt we'll ever know, but those are the two main options that come to mind for me personally. So with all of this being said, I do hope that you all enjoyed this look and a small history lesson towards Ninjago Collectibles and how they have definitely been on the decline as of late. With all of this being said though, if you did make it this far into today's video and did enjoy it, please do feel free to support me in any way possible. Anything from liking, subscribing, to turning on the notification bell, to even commenting down below. All of that really helps me out within the YouTube algorithm, and any support is truly appreciated. With all of this being said though, I will be sure to catch you all very soon for a new video releasing over the next few days. Take it easy everybody, and I will see you soon. So, goodbye.